I mean, I love this terraforming in the aviary and everything, but like, it definitely still needs some work. Welcome back, everyone, to Create Dinosaurs, episode 25, where, yeah, I finally want to get this aviary done and stuff. It has been several episodes in the making. I want to get it done, which means we're going to need to do a bunch of terraforming again. We're going to need to put a bunch of foliage in, a bunch of other decorations, and also probably some support beams on the actual aviary dome itself. But yeah, so the first thing which I would like to work on today is all of the like interior stuff, like all of the foliage and the plants and maybe some decorations for the dinosaurs. The only issue is I need to actually do some research for this because I don't really know what the environment for our dinosaurs in here is supposed to be. So for things like Dimorphodon and stuff, they would have lived on little tropical islands and they like climbing trees. Okay. Pteranodons, very similar, lived on coastlines and everything, ate a lot of fish. And then looking at stuff about the big one, the Quetzalcoatlus, apparently this thing was also very similar, lived by coasts and everything. One slight problem, I can't find a bit of information about like the foliage. All it's telling me is it lived by coastlines. I don't know what was on the land by those coastlines or anything, but I guess we know that Dimorphodon liked climbing trees and stuff, so that's something to go off of. So I guess the answer to my question of what is the inside of our aviary going to look like, the answer is just whatever I think looks good. However, it does definitely seem like tall trees are a good option and stuff, so maybe we should go with something like aspen. I'm thinking maybe like aspen and pine saplings could be quite good. Ooh, what about redwood? I'm not sure if redwood would really fit the environment very well, but like it feels like a cool tree to put in here. I've actually kind of wanted to use it in some builds and everything. It's just, are you kidding me? You're out of the enclosure again. No, I have actually wanted to use some redwood in my builds and everything. I just don't have any of it. Come on, get inside. Dan, get inside. Get in the enclosure. What are you doing still standing out there? Dan, move. Go over here. Why are you standing over there? Why are you being defiant? But right, okay, let's see. Redwood thicket. Where can I find you? 1,000 blocks away. That's like this sort of distance. You're telling me that I haven't discovered one that's 1,000 blocks away? I can see 1,000 blocks away. I mean, I should be able to get fairly close if I just sort of follow that river over there. So I'm hoping this isn't too long of a journey. Oh, wait, hold on. What's this tree over here? That looks like it could be good. Is it just oak tree or is this gonna drop its own sapling? Surely it's gonna drop its own sapling, right? Please tell me you drop your own sapling. Okay, this looks good. This looks good. What are you? An orchard sapling. Okay. Oh, you give me a whole bunch of apples and everything. Oh, this is actually a lot of apple. I don't think I have a need for this. But right, okay, we can at least add that tree to our collection. Oh, there's red oak here as well. Oh, hold on. No, I've got to get some red oak. Oh, just look at it. It's gonna be such a cool color scheme. Anyway, right, where are we going? We're supposed to be getting redwood. Right, and I think, unfortunately, this is as close as... That's an alligator. This is as close as the river's going to get her. Oh, wait. Can I can pick these up? Oh, this could be really cool. I mean, I don't think it fits the environment, but, like, we can use them in future. They have bulrushes. Sorry, I am getting so distracted. I'm supposed to be finding a bloody redwood. Oh, that'll be it. I don't know if that will fit in the aviary. That might fit in the aviary. That one definitely isn't. Oh, whoa, look at this plate. Ooh, okay. Well, I'll cut down this one, but, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit this in the aviary. Oh, there's a pillager tower. This feels illegal. I feel like I should not be cutting this down. Like, something just feels incredibly morally wrong about this. Has that even dropped a sapling? Okay, there's a few. What's even your sapling setup? Oh, so you have like 3 different sizes I can do as well. Okay, that's cool. That's nice. That means we might actually be able to fit this in. On a side note, what the hell is this block? Rocky stone. Is there a way I can make that? Let's see. Can I make you at all? Cobblestone and stone. Ooh. I should make some of this. There's path. Anyway, right, we've got what we need. Let's go back home. Oh gosh, there's a hole. Oh, that looks so cool just on the horizon. Anyway, hello dinosaurs, I'm back. How are you guys doing? Do you like apples? I've got a bunch of apples for you guys to eat now. But right, okay, so back on track with what we're supposed to be doing and everything. I need to decorate the inside of the aviary. And yeah, as I've said, I really like the idea of putting a redwood tree somewhere in here. So I need to see, what does this look like when it grows? I believe that's the sampling thing. Yep, right. Okay, so I just need to remove these as well, I think. And when it grows, it is not loaded. Oh, what the hell's that? Sorry, is this supposed to be cool? Do I need the 3x3 layout? Please tell me the second one is cooler. That looks cooler. I don't know if that one's gonna fit though. There's a Komodo dragon guarding all of this stuff. No, I didn't want to fall down onto it. But right, okay, so I've got plenty of saplings for these trees. I'm going to assume that this is a smaller one that's maybe a bit rarer. Like, I really want to hope that they look cooler than that on average. I mean, let's just give it one more shot. What does it look like? No, they all suck. Okay, right, so I think my conclusion is going to be, what I'm probably going to use a lot of is, like, the red oak trees and the orchard saplings, because I think they're a cool shape, and also, like, they actually fit within the confines of the aviary. Of course, as I have said several times, we are going to keep this nice mangrove tree in the middle, because I do think it works really well, but also, I think we're going to make use of a lot of empty space in some of these areas as well. So, like, down here, this is probably going to be, like, a little bit of forested stuff. Up here, I think we're also going to do trees and everything. However, I think over on this sort of side of the aviary, we might keep this as a bit more grassland, sort of. And yeah, I'm going to see if I can fit in a redwood sapling somewhere, although maybe no promises. Though, I am kind of curious about the size of this area. Let's see, go on, give me some luck with it. Oh, that just about fit. And the question is, do I think it looks good? You've broken through the top of the aviary. I mean, I think it looks good. I just might need to cut off the top of it. But okay, you know what? There we go. That is my one redwood tree in this entire area. The rest of it is going to be trees which I can afford to use a bit more. But yeah, since most of this job is literally just going around planting trees, let's get to work. Right, so that was actually much quicker than I thought it would be. And I mean, to be fair, it's not perfect, but like this sort of terraforming with trees and everything, it's never been my thing. I'm not good at building trees, so I just kind of like using the ones that can grow, especially since the Biomes You'll Go mod has trees which like actually grow looking nice. They're not just the standard sort of Minecraft blocky shaped tree. But yeah, so I actually really like the feeling inside the woods here and everything. Like, it's nice and colorful. I feel like the dinosaurs can enjoy like flying through some of this. We've got the massive redwood tree over here, which I still need to fix that. Trust me, one of the things I actually want to do is send the whole glass building machine around again, because like there's definitely still gaps in the glass. Not to mention the fact that I've put some in there myself now. But yeah, so it's really simple. I've just added all of the woods over here, and I've bone mealed a lot of the grass just because I feel like it just looks better with a lot of grass. Not only is it more shape, but but like it also just makes sense. You don't really get someone coming in here with a lawnmower too often, given the fact that there's pteranodons flying around. Like, I'm pretty sure if you sent a park worker in here with a lawnmower to cut all of this, like, they get eaten by a Quetzalcoatl. As you can see, I've also gone around and like put some leaves on the cliff and everything, and that just makes it look so much better. It is so good now. And the final thing that I did is I've gone and put a bunch of these little rocks dotted around and stuff, and there's not too many. I feel like maybe it could do with some more. But yeah, I really liked the sort of rocky cobble or whatever it was called, like rocky stone or something, and I wanted to use it. So yeah, there's just some of this dotted around, and like when it comes over here and stuff in the puzzle sort of area, I think it looks really nice. But anyway, what are we doing next? Well, as I said, I would like to sort of get some support structures in on this dome and everything, because right now it's kind of just glass and it doesn't make sense, and it feels like some of this should just collapse. So yeah, I wanted to go and put in some support structures, basically arching up over the dome and everything, and annoyingly, I feel like doing them on like the sort of straight angles, you know, like straight north, south, east, west and stuff. You know, like sort of lining up with how blocks go in Minecraft and everything. I feel like that's not the best angle for them, but it might be the only angle that I can actually build it. Because not only is our dome not actually a perfect sphere, so building on the diagonals would kind of be a bit weird and inconsistent, but also I don't want these just to be supporting pillars and everything. I would also like to actually put a viewing area in one of them. I'm thinking the one on this side. So like, you know, somewhere up there, and basically we can hide the staircase inside the supporting structure. I want to do something like that, and I just don't think I can do it on the angles. So yeah, it's annoying because like I don't really want the arches going over like this way and that way and everything, but like I think I'm gonna have to. I can't do it on the diagonals very well. But anyway, as for what we're doing with those supporting beams and everything, I have a few ideas. So I think obviously we're gonna use some very similar blocks to what we've got here. Just like, you know, this sort of standard color palette and everything with those blocks and stuff, because it looks really nice and it works very well for something that's supposed to be a sort of modern build. However, I am thinking, because you probably wouldn't do stuff like that out of concrete entirely, the bricks might be nice to introduce back into the block palette like down here. But also something else I would like to actually try is maybe polished andesite, which is a block which I use a lot in vanilla Minecraft. However, it's kind of been replaced with some better things in this. But I am thinking polished andesite would look really nice as a sort of accent block on the outsides of this and stuff, and yeah. The other option is maybe we go back to the cut deep slate and stuff that we considered last time we were working on this, and oh, you know what? Maybe as like a nice outline block or something, so replacing where the polished andesite is. Oh, I might need to go with that. Right, hold on a second. Let's come over to the tunnel bore and stuff, because this has, of course, got a bunch of blocks which are really nice. Oh, can I do stuff with tough as well? Let's take a look at what blocks tough might have. Let's see, tough. Oh, cut tough. That's a really good looking block. Oh, that's like concrete, but if it actually looked like concrete. Oh, are there any other blocks that might work for it? Not really, but like, oh, that's a good one. So you know what? Maybe I'll take out the deep slate, because this is still a little dark, but I might replace it with tar, especially since it's also got a polished variance and everything. Yeah, we're going to use tar. Right. Okay, so for this block palette, I am thinking maybe 2 parts polished cut andesite, 2 parts normal cut andesite, 2 parts cut andesite bricks. We're using a lot of andesite here. Then maybe 1 part normal andesite. Oh, but yeah, 1 part normal andesite and 2 parts of stone. So let's see if I go and put this together. Yeah, that seems like a nice block palette. But then on the outside, we're going to put an outline of tough. Yes, I like this. This is looking good. I think we have our block palette for this. Now, the one other thing of note and everything is we're not going to do it like sort of a consistent width and everything. Partially because I think it looks nicer in the design, but also because like when I'm thinking about it logically, technically, the higher up it gets, the less glass that it's got to, like, carry by itself. Because, of course, you know, you start getting the assistance of the other support beams and everything as you meet up in the middle. Now, I'm not entirely sure how wide they're going to be, like, at the base and everything compared to the top. I'm wondering if I can get it down to 3 blocks up at the top, which is really thin, but, like, it might look really nice. However, when it's down at the bottom, remember how I said that I would like a sort of viewing platform and everything to be hidden inside of it? Obviously, that needs enough room for park guests to be able to climb stairs and stuff. And even though, like, at minimum, you could do that as 2 blocks wide, it doesn't look nice. And you wouldn't do that in real life. So, I don't know, you probably need at least 5 blocks there, because you need, like, 2 blocks on each side for the staircase and everything, and a bit in the middle to either put, like, a railing. Why is my game just frozen? There we go. Plus, then you need the walls and everything, so it's gonna be, like, 7 blocks thick, which, like, that's fine. That's just 3 blocks out on this side and, like, 3 blocks out on the other side. I could try this sort of size, so this would be, like, 7 by 11. Yeah. Because then that can get thinner and thinner as it goes up. That seems good. Maybe it's not. Maybe it will look terrible once I build it, but I'm just gonna hope it's fine. I'm gonna be honest, the biggest concern here is just the fact that I've got to get this consistent. Like, I have to freehand build this 4 separate times on each side of the dome, and, like, also each side of the dome is slightly different. So there's a lot of room for error here, but I've just got to try and get it correct. But yeah, we know our block palette. We know the size of these pillars. Let's just see how this goes. This could end up looking awful. Let's get to work. So glad to be done building this. Welcome back, everyone. It has been several days and stuff, not just working on this. Like, I've got life stuff and everything, so I haven't just been on Minecraft for the past 2 days. However, I was working on this basically all evening last night, and it is finally done, kind of. I mean, we're going to ignore the fact that there's not a viewing platform, partially because I didn't have time to build it, but also just because I'm not entirely sure what it's going to look like still. So once again, I'm just kind of leaving it, but I don't know when it will get built. But the main thing which I have done is gone and put in all of these supporting pillars and everything, and these took a surprisingly long time. Like, they're fairly simple. They're not exactly a difficult thing to build, but they did just take a really long time, like, setting everything up. But basically, the rule is there's just a 1 block outline on, like, both sides of the glass and stuff. So if the glass is 1 block thick, as you can see, the pillars are sort of 3 blocks thick. However, it does mean that when you look at this pillar compared to this pillar and stuff, because the dome is slightly different, a lot of the glass here is only 1 block thick. Whereas if you look at it this way, it's got connecting bits and it ends up 2 blocks thick. So it actually means that on average, these 2 pillars here are a little bit thicker than these 2 pillars here. But the good news is, because it's so high up and it's such a big build, you just don't notice. Like, your sense of scale and stuff is just completely lost when it comes to this. And I absolutely love it. But the thing that I like, oddly, the most about this is the tough pillars that go around it. Like, these little just extra supporting bits of tough work really well, I think. They just look so good. It's the perfect color. So yeah, they come up on all 4 sides and everything, and then just short of this little ring here and stuff, and I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret here. There's a chance I make it so that that opens. I'm not gonna say I'm definitely going to do that, although I am definitely considering making it so that like all of that glass opens up and stuff. I think that would be really cool, because I do know that it is possible to ride some of the flying dinosaurs and everything, so like, you know, it's a fun opportunity. I'm kind of tempted to do it. But no, overall, I am just really happy with this aviary design and stuff. I absolutely love it. I've loved everything about it, like from the glass dome building machine to decorating the interior to putting in these pillars and like all of the decorations on it. Oh, it's so good. This is definitely my favorite build out of all of the ones that we've done in this world so far. And the fun thing is, now we get to populate it. And that's going to be interesting and stuff, because I have no idea what the flying dinosaurs are like. I don't know if they're going to be aggressive towards me. I don't know if they're going to be aggressive towards each other, although I've heard they might be. So yeah, the flying ones, they're gonna be really interesting, and I'm a little bit nervous. How many of you guys are there? Yeah, they're gonna be interesting, and I'm a little bit nervous to get them, but like also excited. You know, I think they're gonna be fun, and there's a lot of stuff that we can do with them. However, unfortunately, that's gonna be left for next episode. And yeah, if you want to see the chaos that's probably going to ensue, then like stick around, because that video is going to release in 2 days. But hopefully you enjoyed, and I am so glad that this aviary is done. Oh, it just looks so good. It works so well.